I edited some pictures of George with what he would look like with shaved eyebrows because I'm trying to convince him to do that for acting.
What a stupid...
Follow the Zane trend.
I know. Okay, ready? We'll go...
that's what gave you the idea, Zane?
What?
Zane gave you the idea? Oh, I'm not even speaking to you for the rest of this podcast.
Wait.
Chris tried taking the blame for that one.
Wait, so George, did you think about my request to shave your eyebrows?
Yes, I did think about it, and I think it's just as stupid as when you first mentioned it to me.
I think that if you shave the sides of your eyebrows, you have a more all-American look, and you get more acting roles.
Yeah, but my face is not an all-American face, so making my eyebrows shorter is not going to turn into an all-American face.
What if we
It might help you pick up the ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I obviously...
They might dig it.
Because I desperately need help with that. Oh my god!
I'm gonna send you guys the pictures of George with shaved eyebrows. Okay, so I'm gonna send you guys the before picture.
Keep them to yourself.
Okay, so this is one from the side of your face because I noticed that on the sides and the front they do look different, so it would give you different results, you know.
No, I know.
Brian, for some reason your Facebook's not working.
Don't worry, I'll get it working.
You'll get it working? Are you an engineer at Facebook?
This is Brian Williams on this?
Yeah, this is Brian Williams.
Why
I thought you were talking about Brian Edwards first.
No, this is the evil Brian.
What?
Okay, does everyone see, timeout, does everyone see the picture of George from kind of like a side angle, 3/4 angle?
Yeah, I'm in this picture I'm like super raised eyebrows.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to wax your eyebrows or something. They're really, really hairy.
Alright, so George, you pick. Now, who should I send the after picture to first? Andrea or Brian?
Moving on.
Okay, you know what? I think I'm going to send it to Brian. I think he'll have the best initial reaction.
Yeah, I want to see this shit. Please.
Alright, Brian. There you go.
Hang on. My shit is giving me technical difficulties. What the fuck? The rump the fuck.
Here you go, Andrea.
Brian's internet is broken.
Shit, your internet is broken. Shut up.
Mine's working.
Good comeback.
And here you go, George. Now look how much cleaner that looks.
Oh yeah. Wait, no. I don't see a difference. Wait. You should just get your eyebrows done. You definitely need to get them done.
But you see what I'm saying? There's a little hook on the side of his face. It hooks down, and that's what's making him look too epic, I think.
I see it.
That doesn't look bad. Come on, that does not look bad.
I thought you shave your whole eyebrow off. That's why, because that's what Zane did in like 2nd grade.
Why'd he do that?
He wanted to look like a leprechaun for St. Patrick's Day. It was the day before St. Patrick's Day.
Well, that's sound logic. I accept that logic.
Yeah, but you can't take this picture. I don't look like that. My eyebrows are not raised on a regular basis. So you took a picture of me with raised eyebrows, which left a big space to begin with between my eye and my eyebrow. Right. And that looks like that space is there regularly, which is not. You removed some of the eyebrow beneath that, which made it look like a bigger space. But I don't look like that. I don't walk around curious and or scared looking.
But I was actually reading into it. If you shave your eyebrows, you'll seem less pissed off. You'll seem less pissed off with shaved eyebrows.
Specifically about me or in general?
Just in general, like your tone right now will be much happier if you had more trimmed eyebrows, I think.
Oh, so my voice will be different and everything.
It's ridiculous.
What?
I think you'll look over now your voice.
Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. Here's picture number 2.
You're so from Queens, it's ridiculous, Andrea.
It is ridiculous.
You're so in a basement, it's ridiculous.
You know what? Screw yourself. I don't live up the block from a fucking beach, so. Here's picture. You know, I am hungry for a bagel though, Ange. If you could FedEx me one, please do so. I will.
Yeah, just give her your address. Give her your address, Chris.
Here's the second picture.
He refused.
Another picture that I'm not looking like I'm making like weird faces. So he's taking my weird face pictures and like adjusting the eyebrows according to what my face looks like in those weird pictures. So no, your argument is automatically null and void. Automatically.
Here, Brian. Here's the version 2. Oh my God, this actually doesn't look too good.
Your argument goes out the window.
How so?
Brian, there's the second one. Do you see it?
Because look at these faces I'm making.
Right.
Okay.
And, you can't save the picture for your life, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is a funny look.
Here you go, George. There's your front look.
It's like you're stealing my looks, George.
Oh my God. I look like a cancer patient in that picture.
No, you look pretty, you could get a role in Star Trek with that one.
Yeah.
Why not?
Maybe I'll do another one. I'll do another one at some point.
You should stop while you're ahead.
I still think, regardless of these pictures, that you should shave your eyebrows.
It's not shaving the eyebrow, first of all.
Shave the sides off. The sides of
that's not anything what's happening. You don't shave your fucking eyebrows. You don't do that. You fix them, I guess.
Wow.
I don't know. You go wax them or some shit like that. You don't shave them.
I require you for the next movie to shave your eyebrows off.
I guess you're gonna have to cast somebody else.
Yeah, sorry, George, but Chris fucked you up on the second one.
Of course. The first one looks cleaner. Yes, I admit it.
The first one does look cleaner.
Yeah, but it's also the shape of my face is not how my face normally is.
I'm going to take another one throughout the episode, and I'm going to be secretly editing, and I'll send you it.
George, I'm going to have to be honest with you. You actually look like a Down syndrome person trying to be a model, to be honest with you. In the first
oh, yeah, I know. Chris thinks that he has good style, and he knows. Chris thinks that he knows what looks good.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, George, if you're worried about getting roles, then that's the solution.
Well, I mean, if that's the case,
I think it's my lack of credits that's not getting me any roles, not my eyebrows.
Right.
If you show up to the audition with no eyebrows, you'll be like, wow, that guy looks interesting.
They're going to think I'm either retarded or have cancer. So however I get the role that way.
Statement.
I'd rather have cancer.
Or they might think you're retarded with cancer. That's even fucking worse.
That sounds like a great title for a comedy, by the way. Retarded with cancer. Laugh out, but I'm dead serious. I think that just might work.
No pun intended.
Oh, yeah. Definitely no pun intended.
What is it called? What is it called?
In
with
small
cancer?
letters, no pun intended.
Retarded with cancer. Double whammy.
I think that's a winner right there. You guys should get on it.
I know. Before somebody steals it, like a Seth Rogen or Judd Apatow.
James Franco.
Chris, I'm disturbed and disgusted by what you've done.
Hold on. I'm currently editing a third one, which you have deep dark eyebrows in this one. This is definitive proof.
He sounded the alarm.
Wait, in the meantime, Andrea, what happened to your job?
Yeah, so I was at work. I got really hungry. I went to the snack aisle, and I decided to help myself to some Pringles.
Oh, no. What happened? That was like your first day on the job.
I'm fucking around. I didn't get fucking fired.
Oh. I was like...
First of all, Andrea, this is a
sad for you.
fucking show, alright? So watch your fucking mouth.
I'm fucking sorry, alright? Shit.
I know, I'm proud of you, Andrea. Good job. Did you really get Pringles, though, at your job?
No, I was tempted. I just didn't want to.
That would have been lucky. Oh, you do have Pringles at your job?
I do.
I have Pringles at my job, and I've been going broke eating those things.
I know. I was really tempted to get them today.
Not only broke.
Oh, well, anyway, I can't be eating Pringles much longer. I had a red alert of health concerns this week.
Is it because the inside of your mouth is disintegrating?
Kinda, yeah. I'm on high alert. Basically what has happened is I went to the dentist, and the dentist when he was doing my cleaning in my mouth, he said, "That's weird." And I said, "What?" And he said, he said, "I've never seen this color inside of someone's mouth before." And I was like, "Come again?"
And I was like,
he goes, your mouth, the inside of your mouth is gray.
What?
yeah, it's kind of very strange thing.
Snake! Yeah. So yeah, I might be dead soon. This might be one of the last episodes.
So what happened, Chris? You didn't like brush that area or something?
No,
How the fuck? I mean, sorry. How the hell does this happen?
George was lying with you. This is not a PG show. You could curse if you.
Yeah, don't.
Well, my theory is this.
George, we're gonna send Xerxes after you. Be careful.
Yeah, I know. Well, you can tell him to come on with his nose rings. My theory is this: Chris is turning into the alien from Prometheus. And he's gonna slowly get ripped, and he's just gonna be a big gray monster.
It starts from inside the mouth.
Yeah, I might be turning. Maybe Medusa kissed me.
You would be so lucky.
Anyway, I was like, wait, what? You know? And then the guy's like, yeah. He's like, well, he was the guy who cleans the teeth. He's like, I'll call in the other doctor, but I've not seen this before. And I'm like, you never? Not even something like it? He's like, not really, no. I'm like,
and you're by Venice Beach. For someone in Venice Beach to say they've never seen that before, it's pretty fucking bad.
Wait, he didn't go to a doctor on the boardwalk, Andrea.
Andrea wants to go to a doctor on the boardwalk, I think.
Yeah, true.
Like, being in Venice doesn't mean you live in the sand. Like, there's doctors, like, there's other office buildings in the area.
For Andrea, I think it would mean she did live in the sand area.
Alright, well, listen, I was trying to make a joke, alright?
Well, this is not the place to make bad jokes, FYI.
Oh, damn, I gotta learn. Let me write this down. Let me write this down, because I've been making a bad one, like, every 5 minutes.
So Chris, are you going to be in that new film, The Man Who Turned to Stone? Just out of curiosity.
Well,
him and Michael J. Fox are going to be in it.
Oh.
No, he's the man who turned to stone.
Okay, so the other doctor comes in and he's like, "How are you doing?" And I'm like, "You tell me." And he goes, and keep in mind, these people look at people's mouths all day long.
That's pretty fucking crazy.
So the other doctor looks at it and he goes, "Yeah, I haven't seen this before either." I'm like, "Oh my God." And he's like, I'm like, "You've never seen this?" He goes, "No." And then I'm like, "What do you think this could be?" They're like, "It could be dead skin. It could be a burned mouth. It could be fungus. It could be low blood flow. It could be." I'm like, "Damn, I might have all of the above in that case."
That's friggin' disgusting beyond.
And I'm like, "Doctor, is this shit cancer or what?" And he's like, he just goes like, I don't know what it is." I'm like, "Oh man, you couldn't even say no on that." So I'm like, "Oh my God." I'm like, I said, and the doctor's also like, "Yeah, the roof of your mouth is just wiping away. Like the skin is very thin." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's been like that for a long time. I didn't think it was an issue." And he's like, "I think it's an issue. If this doesn't go away in 3 weeks, we have to give you a biopsy."
You get the fucking poor hygiene on that one.
Now let me tell you how quickly that can change your lifestyle. Today I just ate nice vegan food. The night before, or the night or two before I was diagnosed, I was in the bathtub eating Thai food while in the bubble bath.
In the bathtub?
You know what? No, because this is what happened.
I think if my mouth was disintegrating, I'd make some changes as well.
Listen, I have some advice for you, Chris.
Yeah.
Well, when you go.
George, you've been sticking your tongue in a lot of random places. Your mouth will disintegrate.
Yeah, you should. I'm not sure if I want to take any advice from you, but keep going. I could use some laughs.
As far as I'm concerned, both of you are born again virgins, so you have nothing to say about that situation. But next time,
bitch.
I don't shit it on you guys.
It's celebration. The next time
you did that type of animal shit where you were twisting your tail while you shit like a rhino.
That's for both of you. That shit is for both of you.
You were doing the wagging tail shit.
If you want to avoid turning gray and possibly dying, next time you go to purchase toiletries, I don't suggest you buy them from the 99-cent store anymore. I don't suggest you buy soap.
And where did you just buy eggs? And where did you just buy eggs from? And where did you buy eggs from?
Oh, I'm black.
The 99-cent store.
The 99-cent store?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your argument is not valid. Sorry.
But I buy eggs from there once a month, maybe. You use those things every day to brush your teeth and wash whatever is on your head and shave.
Whatever's on your head.
You see the difference? It's just like someone that smokes a pack of cigarettes a day. He could potentially get cancer. But if someone smokes like 2 cigarettes a week, the odds of him getting cancer are much less.
Oh, yeah.
What was kind of disturbing, Chris? Mm-hmm. Some people do smoke packs of cigarettes a day. With all the shit that's in cigarettes, their mouth is not great.
I know. And Ange, remember there was like, if you look at the back of your toothpaste and it has a certain color, it means it's chemical or natural.
That. You're just brushing with plastic. Because I think the black line on it means it's made of plastic, pretty much.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
And yet shocking. Well, my job is done in terms of
shocking. Correct.
All right, I've sent everyone another picture of George.
Oh, you're so sweet.
And or whoever's moving around, could you kind of like be still with your device because it's very it's coming through a lot.
I'm sorry, but Michael J. Fox is eavesdropping. What do you want?
Oh my God, I'm gonna cut that whole part. Okay.
Don't do that.
Okay, everyone. This the second one of George has come through, and this one he's well lit. His eyebrows are bushy, so there's no weird angle. This is a straight up nice smiling picture, kind of.
Yeah, but you guys are describing my eyebrows wrong. They're not bushy. They're just big.
No,
they're not bushy.
He's describing it. Don't lump me in with that guy.
Well, too bad you're getting lumped in, Brian. You're getting lumped in.
You don't look. I'll be no homo. You don't look too bad here. I'll be honest with you. Maybe it's the hair.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm gonna show you guys the V2, the tweezed version.
No Hibbard.
Oh,
here it comes to Brian.
I'm bracing
here it comes
myself.
To Ange. And here comes.
What did you do to him?
I should have given him more of a hook, but look at the left eyebrow. Look specifically at the left one.
What the hell? Hang on. I gotta do a double take on the previous one. Excuse me.
Oh, come on, man.
What?
It does look very strange. You're giving him like a girl's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You're not cutting it the right way
These
for him.
are two beautiful women I'm looking at right now. And
you're giving his eyebrows the same shape as the girl next to him.
Hey, Chris, you know what, man? This is ridiculous.
Fuck you, piece of shit!
I mean, dude, George, you're like neck and neck with that chick right next to you. I can't tell who's better looking, you know.
Thank you, baby. No, she's obviously better looking. That's why we cast her.
Right, but you win by a hair, you know, and chinny chin chin.
Not after he butchered my face.
Right. Well, I'm only paying attention to the first photos.
Thank you, Brian.
Hey, Brian, could you do the imitation of George?
Yeah, I have to go run and get a Dutch, you know, for my girl who actually listens to this podcast, you know. And
a Dutch? A Dutch?
Yeah, a Dutch so we can roll up, you know, after the podcast is over.
A Dutch?
You don't buy Dutches, or you buy, like, you know, tobacco, like, you know, paper or something like that?
Fuck you tomorrow! You know fucking I'll come tonight!
Okay.
Well,
if anyone likes Brian's acting, he will be on Those Who Kill on the Lifetime Movie Network. It actually got switched to. What happened? The show got switched to Lifetime?
Yeah, what happened was due to low ratings on the A&E network and it being trounced by the Bates Motel, they decided to pull it from A&E decided to pull it from its lineup. And what happened was that the Lifetime Movie Network, they picked it up. So they're going to air all 9 episodes that were filmed in Pittsburgh on that network.
Oh, Brian, so you were going to be the most intimidating man on the Lifetime Network.
Actually, I was going to be the most laid-back, bummish-looking person on the Lifetime Movie Network. And, you know, but here's the funny thing, though. I did another show called Celebrity Ghost Stories, and it was supposed to be airing on April the 11th, but they pushed it forward to April 5th, which is a Saturday, and they're going to air it on the same channel at 9, and then I'm going to be on Those Who Kill at 10 on Sunday. So,
wow. Congrats, Brian.
it's all down. It's all downhill from there.
Wait, so there was bad rating, so it got moved, huh?
Yes, that's what I just said. What is this, playback? Come on. You got it out of your system? Good. All right. Moving on.
So, guys, if I were to die tomorrow, would you want me to leave you anything from my gray gum situation?
George, you want to go first? Go first.
I think I should go last.
Why is that?
Because I'm obviously the closest to Chris right now.
Yeah, all right. So, Andrew, so you might as well go first. Ladies first.
I mean, whatever you do, just don't leave me your gums.
No gums.
I could leave you everything I ever bought from the 99-cent store. It's a bargain.
No, you're going to turn gray.
I think you're turning into grandma already.
I know. It's bad. Well, what would you do if the doctor told you they've never seen what you have before?
Terribly. I'd be terribly alarmed. Not really sure what second action I would take to that, just because I can't imagine.
Yeah, I was like, I might as well just go home and forget about it for now.
Yeah, sure.
Good idea.
Yeah, that's just something you just never want to face.
Well, too bad you don't have Obamacare like me, Chris. Ha.
The one guy who was trouncing it, a couple podcasts ago is now all for it. I love it.
I never did. If you ever listened to any of the podcasts, I broke down the positives and the negatives.
George is like, now that I got Obamacare, I have one black friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Obama card.
I'm still waiting for him to come and congratulate me. I don't know what the deal is. Is he going to come and congratulate the 6 million people that signed up for Obamacare? I don't know what he's waiting for. If you get
sick, does Obama come to your house with like a warm rag and rub it on your head?
He comes with Michelle. She scares you out of bed.
Why do you make it seem like they're in cahoots with Publishing Clearinghouse? Like they're just going to come to your house randomly just to congratulate you?
Because it's all the reason that this law was put into effect, man, is so the insurance companies can make triple and quadruple and quintuple money. What do you think this is?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Also, the fact that there's like a list of pricing, like that means that like they're basically controlling the market like oil.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's why. And if you think for a second that they're not lining their pockets, and all these lobbyists aren't saying, "Oh, look at this! You know how much money they're going to be making now?" Not only are the insurance companies going to be making money, the people that don't sign up for insurance are going to get fined by the government.
Yeah, I don't understand the logic of that. You don't get fined. Obama's saying the reason we're fining those people is because if they got sick, they would be taken care of, but then they would be charged a lot of money. It wasn't like they would get taken care of for free if they got sick.
No, that's the thing. That's why the insurance situation has been so difficult in this country, because a lot of people don't have insurance. So basically, when people go to the hospital when they don't have insurance, theoretically that money to pay for their service and care is taken from insurance companies and the government and all that kind of shit. So that's where that comes from. Right. That's why it was put into law to have insurance. It's unconstitutional to force somebody to have insurance. But I guess, in the long run, it's going to be a better thing. I don't know yet. Depending on how much you make is how much you're going to have to pay per year. So if someone poor like me, it works out for them because I'm not paying a lot at all. But someone in the middle class that is in a higher tax bracket, but not low enough to be poor, not high enough to be rich. Yeah. They're the ones that get screwed. The middle class.
Fuck!
Telling you.
George, I didn't know you were poor.
Well, wake the fuck up.
Cocksucker motherfucker. I can beat the fuck out of you with the bottom of my little finger.
Jesus.
I'm so poor I get angry.
Oh, okay.
Well,
you got a reason.
What else is going on, Brian? What's in the news, Brian?
What's in the news?
By the way, Brian, before we get into that, how would you like to host the show one week? I think that would be interesting.
You want me to host this show?
Well, I think it would be a good experiment.
You want me to dictate how this show goes?
That would be funny. What's that, a plane going on, George?
Yeah, I was waiting for you guys to fix this as a helicopter.
Oh, God. In L.A., the helicopter just flies over your house for like a half hour.
Oh, at night, when that happens at night, oh, man.
Yeah, and that's terrible. Like, the cops, aren't they supposed to protect the peace? Like, if anything, the helicopter only alerts you to the fact that there is a problem.
Well, I mean, until they come out with silent...
There's nothing settled nor tactical about the Los Angeles Police Department.
Until they come out with silent helicopters, I think that's going to be the deal.
Yeah, they should just have those Amazon Prime things. George.
Yeah.
George, okay, so we'll do the news now. Andrew, are you still there? Andrew, are you there?
Hold on a second. Yeah, hold on. I just got a phone call, George, so I'm going to call you guys back.
All right. Do you want to just take it? You're breaking up a lot.
Hello?
You want to just take your call? You're breaking up a lot. All right. Okay.
I think she's planning on taking the call anyway.
Okay, so let me segue that.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. We're having actually some technical difficulties. We lost Ange here, but Brian, what's in the news?
Okay, what's in the news? Well, I have nothing but entertainment news. So, did anybody watch Walking Dead, the season finale?
No, I didn't see it.
Well, it drew in.
Are you gonna like ruin the spoiler?
Well, I'll let you take a guess in terms of how many viewers it got.
8 million.
9.
No.
13.
Keep going.
15?
Close. 17?
16?
Down. Gotta go down.
14? 15 and a half.
All right, now you gotta go back up.
What?
All right, we're in the vicinity.
Yeah, you're within the vicinity. So you give up? I'll let you guys know now.
I don't give up. I just want to know.
Oh, okay, so you gave up. All right, so
I'm not giving up. I could keep guessing all day if you want. I'm not giving up for one.
I mean, for the sake of the podcast and the listeners, I don't think that's gonna work. So I'm gonna just tell you right off the bat that it averaged a whopping 15.7 million total viewers. You know, which is crazy for an AMC show. You know,
I never watched it. Is it any good?
No, I haven't watched it either. So, but I mean, the fact that this thing has garnered such a mass appeal that it's just crazy that a cable network, its own show, could pretty much amass that much, considering with what's going on.
What else is in the news?
What else is in the news? Arnold Schwarzenegger's career is officially over as a movie star. Yes, what I just said.
What are you talking about?
Well, his new film, Sabotage, had the lowest opening of any of his films. Sabotage drew in like a minuscule, like 3 million this week.
I mean, that's not shocking. Who expected? I mean, David Ayer directed it, and he's good. He's done End of Watch. He's done Street Kings, a bunch of stuff. So
yeah, he wrote Training Day, correct?
Yes. So I don't think it's that bad. I just think people don't care about it. I want to see it. I'm going to wait till it goes to one of these tiny theaters and go see it for like $5.
I saw a clip of Arnold and Hulk Hogan on wrestling, and Arnold is small. He's shrinking.
Oh, this is recent now?
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago. I think he's just getting too old. Like, it's not like he's like Sly, who's like staying testosteroned up. Like, he's starting to look like an older man.
And the thing is that also, I don't think he can roid up like he used to because his
Power up.
Yeah, he had I think I had a heart transplant, not a heart transplant, but like
liver and stuff like that. Basically, if he wasn't rich, he would be dead.
Wow.
Right. If he, I think he had his heart valve opened up like back in the 90s or something like that. I forgot what medical condition he had, but it was something that had to do with the heart. So it had to do with him taking all those creatines and protein, buildups that, that does a number on you. over time.
I wonder what color his gums were.
Yeah, you ask his agent,
They were probably gold. They're probably gold.
Yeah, bronzed.
Hey, how would you feel? How would you feel if your show that got moved to Lifetime Network got moved from AMC to Lifetime Network?
I would be very disappointed, to be honest with you. And the show that I was on, it was on A&E initially, but unfortunately, it got moved to the sister network. That's what they call it now, the sister network, the Lifetime Movie Network. Yeah, But the film that was number one at the box office was Noah, which had a lot of criticism riding on it due to the fact that people were veering away from the Bible. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Wow, it really did good. Yeah, I know the trailer. No one liked the trailer, but everyone said the movie was actually quite different.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying it's actually good. And, I mean, when you have Aronofsky directing something, I mean, so far, everything he's done is good, at least the last couple of years. So it's not shocking, but the trailer looks crap. Like, this is supposed to be an epic tale of a biblical figure. And the trailer's like, when one day in a world where Noah saves his animals and the rain starts, and it shows Jennifer Connelly screaming, and it shows another guy with a beard screaming. Noah saves all of the animals in the kingdom. Like, thanks a lot. We know what Noah's about. Make the trailer good. Can you make the trailer good?
Right. Well, I mean, it's one thing to take in one bullshit where, one guy sacrificed his life to save, us from our sins. It's another thing to believe that a guy, lived for 100 and some odd years, to see this ark basically take shape, when this great flood commenced,
So we got, in terms of Christian biblical movie, biblical characters, Noah, Moses, and Jesus.
Right. Well, it's more like Jesus, Moses, and now Noah is like, taking the box office. And it reminds me of that joke that Chris Rock made when he was hosting the Oscars that the reviewer brought to light was, remember when he said, like, no one but Russell Crowe should be doing, historic epics for the most part? Like, but that was when he was like really getting on Jude Law hardcore. And he was saying, like, the only people that should be doing, like, big budget films are, like, Tom Cruise and Russell Crowe. And apparently he's been getting good reviews on this Noah, despite, its ridiculous premise.
Ridiculous premise? That is funny. Like, imagine someone reviewed the Bible and said, ridiculous premise, but very entertaining.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, they have, like, apparently they got some giants in the film that, help him like build the ark. So and it's not even alluded to in the Bible that there are giants at all. It's just
there's this like urban legend, I guess, or conspiracy theory or whatever you want to call it, that there used to be giants that roamed the earth.
Right. Yeah.
Like there was like a race of Bigfoots basically way back when, and that it's been covered up. Like the Natural History Museum has it in the back room, but they won't put it out there for the public to see.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure of it.
Oh, I heard another ridiculous conspiracy theory this week. Have you ever heard of a video game called Polysius or something like that?
What the hell is that?
No.
It sounds like something like, like the Ring for video games. Like if you play it, you die.
Let me look it up really quick. Polybius it was called.
Okay, and what's the premise?
Okay, there's an internet urban legend that talks of a game called Polybius.
Uh-huh.
Polybius. What's that mean in Greek, George?
All I know is that you won the spelling bee. That's all I know.
Okay, so basically, Polybius was supposedly at a local arcade in like the Pacific Northwest in 1981. You know how everyone used to play like Frogger and Galaxia or whatever that crap is.
Space
Invaders, Pac-Man, all that stuff. Galaga. So this game showed up called Polybius, and it sat there in the corner of the game place, the arcade one day, and no one knew where it came from. People started playing it, and then weeks later went crazy with the same effects as if they would have been taking LSD.
Really?
The game was described as having many, many bright colors, and the creator of the game was a guy who had made a similar game that the game was so good for its time in the 70s that guy got contracted by the U.S. government. And a couple years later, this thing comes out and was supposedly making people trip out by playing it.
And that doesn't mean anything. This guy was a Greek historian, so it's not a word that means anything. It was a name.
Polybius.
Yeah.
Right.
So, it supposedly just made people go crazy, like mind control, CIA operative. That's what they're saying, at least.
I wonder if can we find this thing? I'll go ask the arcade near my place over here.
Well, check this out. Arcades. So all of a sudden, one day, someone showed up and took the machine, and no one ever saw it again. And no one ever saw that game ever again anywhere else but there.
There's pictures of it.
I don't know if those are like people remaking it or making it their own way to be funny, or if those are the real pictures.
I see what you're saying. Interesting.
Polybius.
Sounds, I don't know. It reminds me of like the men who stare at goats. Like they're basically using this game designer for military purposes. What type of purposes we don't know.
That movie sucked, by the way.
Well, right. Well, the thing is that they played it like a comedy.
What was that movie where the guy was playing like a virtual boy, Lawnmower Man or something?
The Lawnmower Man.
Lawnmower Man. That was good.
Oh, yeah. I actually tried to play the game that they came out with for the movie for that or something like that, and it was terrible.
Oh, yeah.
It's not shocking. Well, that was early 90s. Lawnmower Man.
But it is interesting to think that, like, say, juxtaposed with, say, for instance, Tron. Tron wasn't that memorable when it came out, but everybody remembered the video game, or the game for the Atari. And of course, they had like an arcade version of it. And that's what, still made it relevant like 30 years later for them to make a lackluster sequel.
Hey, speaking of Greek stuff, I saw 300, the sequel to 300.
Rise of the Empire?
Yeah. It wasn't like a great movie, but if you like hardcore violence and sex stuff, then I guess it's your bag. It has a lot of moments of that.
Oh, okay.
It opens up with a fantastic pair of tits.
Who's?
Just a random person. So they show like a village being raided, like killing and raping sort of things. And there's this lady just getting dragged and she's screaming, and it's in that slow motion 300 effect way. And she has the big boobs. Very nice. It was more the same though. You've seen all those effects before. The violence, the ultra violence, the sexiness of everything, the voiceovers. So it's kind of like the gimmick, the blooms off the rose with the gimmick.
Right. And it's funny you should mention that because the critics were going, they were just trashing it left and right in terms of how it was being over the top, and yet the people who saw it the first weekend loved it. In terms
it was over the top. It was more. The kills were even more over the top than the first one. There were some ridiculous kills that looked like Mortal Kombat fatalities, where it was not only a kill but bragging after the kill that just seemed so over the top. I guess what has changed since the last time is now that the 3D is more prevalent. So I definitely saw some shots that were catered to 3D.
Oh, okay.
If you also there was also a lot of over the top lines of dialogue. For instance, the Queen of Sparta, who everyone likes, she says to the main character, whose name is Demestocles.
Oh my God!
She says, Demestocles, you've come a long way to stroke your cock watching real men train. She literally says that.
Really?
Yeah, it was just an over-the-top sequel.
This is madness!
Madness.
However, one bright note on the movie, really bright note, and stole the show bright note, was Eva Green as the heel, as the villain.
Really?
Chris has a crush.
It's not just that.
But it's not just that. They were, I was reading the reviews, and they were actually gushing about her in this particular film.
Oh, she was evil start to finish. She had a backstory, which you understood why she was evil. She was extremely conflicted, extremely powerful. She has the dark features, plus they gave her the dark eyeliner, plus she stared intensely at everyone, and she was evil as shit. In a movie where everyone was cheesy, she was actually oh damn, she's doing a great job.
Well, you forget where it takes place, man. I mean, it's ancient Greece.
Right, but
what does that have to do with the character being good?
It's ancient Greek. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know this girl.
You know what it is? You know what it is? Oh, you know what? She was in Casino Royale. She was the girl. Check this out. You could make this, even though Quantum of Solace sucked, we know that, but you could say that, in a way, James Bond, the only girl he ever got hung up on was Eva Green.
Right. That emo James Bond.
Well, in Casino Royale, that was his girl, Eva Green.
Yeah. I have to look her up.
She was also the bad girl in Dark Shadows with Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp. That's right.
This is Sparta!
She had another weird sex scene in Dark Shadows as well, but oh my god, the sex scene in this one was ridiculous. George, you would like this. Sex scene between the villain of the film and the hero of the film as a negotiation.
That's crazy. That sounds.
Yeah, I've negotiated like that.
Rough sex scene with
on paper. That sounds amazing.
Evil intentions. This was not a love scene. This was like a hate scene. It was so ridiculous.
Eva Green.
And not only this, but in that sex scene, Eva Green whips out the boobs, and they were fantastic.
So you were pleased. That's nice.
I would say if you're into that, just like in terms of the hardcore aspect, this film was worth it just on that alone. It wasn't a great story. But you know what? It's very hard to make a good sequel because without pre-planning, you'll always have to cater to what happened in the first one. But in the first one, they trimmed it specifically so that it would be good at every moment and be memorable at every moment. But the sequel has to be like, remember what happened 3 years ago when you saw the last movie?
Right. And then they were saying, like, how the guy playing Themistocles doesn't have, like, you know, Gerard Butler's, like, you know, gravitas, if you will.
Yeah.
Like, he played it straight for the most part.
It was okay. Some things were a little bit like, the villain was better than the good guy. So that's, like, you were like, wow.
No, but that's what makes or breaks a film, is the villain. If the villain's not good, then the film's gonna suck. If the villain's great, then the film will be watchable, if not, you know, good.
What was that movie with, not Scarlett Johansson, what was that movie with, Charlize Theron, where she was the queen?
Snow White and the Huntsman.
That was another one where the villain was better than the,
I didn't see that, but it was, you agree? You think that was good?
Yeah. I mean, no, I think the villain was good in that, which was the reason people went to see that. Well, this obviously people went for the 3D gimmick, or for the visual gimmick. Also, they very obviously set it up for a part 3. And I guess Xerxes will be the bad guy again because he was in this, but I don't know how he could redeem himself because he was looking like a bitch ass in this movie. He was like standing there staring like at the fighting, and then whenever he would try to say something to Eva Green's character, who was called Artemisia, she would basically just like herb him out. Oh,
right. I would imagine so.
So if Xerxes is going to be the bad guy again, I don't know how they could do that after this.
All right.
Xerxes. Well, yeah, it's funny they portrayed him as like a metrosexual leader.
Well, it's almost like it doesn't it seem like it's like a metaphor of today, like for instance, like who's running Hollywood now, you know, who's actually calling the shots. People like Xerxes. I was thinking, you know, and I was thinking like, you know, for instance, like, you know, these guys would turn straight just to be with Jennifer Lawrence.
Brian, what else is going on out there in the news?
Well, apparently there's a teaser trailer out now about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that is produced by Michael Bay. That's coming out this August. Did any of you guys catch it?
Yeah, I saw that. That looks awful.
Yeah. It looks like Michael Bay. It's a Michael Bay joint.
Right. It's a Michael Bay joint, exactly. And
it's so weird growing up with the real Turtles, like, or the guys in those nice suits from the first one at least, and then seeing the CGI ones, like, oh man.
Yeah, no, and the thing is, right, it's just ridiculous that, you know, there was nothing wrong with the one that's arguably, 24 years ago.
Jesus.
You know.
And the woman who played the original April O'Neil was such a classic, like, 1980s looking actress, and now you got Megan Fox as April O'Neil.
Yeah, no. And then they changed up the origin, where Shredder is an American, apparently, and he has a hand in creating the Turtles, along with another scientist who might have some relations to the April O'Neil character played by Megan Fox.
Maybe so like a niece or something, right?
Or like more like her daughter. That's his daughter. Yeah. So it makes it all the more weird, you know. Instead of it being just an accident and, you know, obviously a rat basically teaching them. And they still it seems to me that, you know, in the snippets that I've seen, they still have their sort of California accent going, where to me that's kind of weird now after I've seen, like, you know, the Hood Ninja Turtles, you know. I just felt like they should have gone with, you know, the Turtles sounding more like inner city kids from New York than, you know, beach bums from Cali. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it was just the whole I don't know. I don't think anything about Ninja Turtles, honestly.
I thought you were a big fan. You're not a big fan. You don't consider yourself.
I just was very turned off by the trailer. I didn't even think about how they were talking. I actually wanted to hear how they were talking, and when they talked, I was like, yeah, I feel the same way. I don't know what else is in the news, Brian. I just got sick of it.
I mean, we can. Right. I mean, you want to get into something real serious?
Yeah, why not? This was way too unserious.
I know. So they're claiming that the climate inactions is about to be catastrophic if we don't do something about it. Now, Mr. John Kerry was responding to a major report by the UN which described the impact of global warming as severe, pervasive, and irreversible. And he said dramatic and swift action was required to tackle the threats posed by a rapidly changing climate, which is what we're experiencing now. Because, for instance, today on the East Coast, like, you know, I'll wake up to fucking snow. Well, actually, I went outside, you know, when I was done with work, and it's like snowing real hard. And then later on, you know, it's like clear skies all of a sudden. So, and then on top of that, you guys are facing that lovable drought. How's that going up there?
Yeah, I mean, what can we do about the global warming?
I mean, we have.
What are they saying we could do about it?
I mean, it's the usual lip service in terms of, like, you know, we got to decrease, you know, carbon emissions with our cars and stop, you know, using or cut down on, you know, the electric bill and the gas bill, et cetera, et cetera. Now, they reminded me of this particular invention.
Cut down on the electric bill. Well, I mean, what can we really do about it?
I think we're shit out of luck, if you ask me.
What does that mean? Does that mean that there'll be less places to live because the water's going to get a little higher?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's usually the first thing to go, is that the water levels are going to get high, and, you know, people living on the, you know, at the end of the coast, they're going to feel it. That's for them, sure. Maybe
what's his name was right from the Matrix, saying that humans were a virus.
Oh, you're talking about Agent Smith? You know, we're the plague, and, like, all we do is, like, we just consume, and, yeah, we just consume everything until, like, there's nothing more, and then we just move to another area. Well, guess what? We can't move anymore. That's the reality.
That's what I've been trying to say. We need to go to Mars. M-A-R-S, Mars.
Right. Well, there's they had a special in 60 Minutes about this particular person who was the CEO of, you know, the Tesla car, the electric car. All right. So the guy, forgot the guy's name. He's a British guy who invests in the electric car, and also his company also builds rocket fuels. So they're trying to, you know, invest, or he's investing billions of dollars into going to Mars and trying to cut corners in the sense that, you know, space travel won't be as expensive, you know, as it is using NASA for the most part.
Yeah, why is that? Why is it more expensive with NASA than would it be with? I guess because they don't stand to make any money, so they have room to.
I guess because it's a government. Remember, well, NASA is like an extension of the government. So. Well,
the other thing is that NASA does research and development. I mean, I guess in essence, a company looks for the best and brightest, but it's kind of like are they going to be doing their own R&D, or are they just taking the R&D, which is the expensive part, from NASA and doing their flights with it? See what I'm saying?
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, apparently, I keep forgetting the guy's name, unfortunately, but apparently his company is making rockets for NASA, so that space travel will be cheaper, so it doesn't have to come out of the government's pocket. And then on top of that, what makes things more interesting is that he has people betting against him, you know, within the stock market, and so far they're losing gradually.
Well, here's the thing: if you're gonna charge for something, then people would pay for it. You know, when you give your money to the government, yeah, you see an astronaut go into space every once in a while, but you can't do it yourself. So if there's the option for someone to go into outer space, they would do it.
Right.
People will do anything if the option's there.
Right. And I want to get my information clear. The man that I'm talking about is Elon Musk. He was on last night talking about his investments, and he's a South African-born Canadian-American business magnate. And basically, his company, he's currently the CEO and CTO of the rocket company SpaceX, and CEO and chief product architect of Tesla Motors. Now, have you ever seen those cars? They look gorgeous.
Yeah, I didn't see them until I came out here to California. They don't exist in New York, at least not before the last few years.
The only time I've seen them is like in Roosevelt Field Mall. Like they actually have like a little like space where it's just like
like a kiosk type of situation.
Yeah, and they just have the car inside, but it looks gorgeous.
It's a cool car, man. Like they have over here, where is it, Chris? On the Promenade, right? The 3rd Street Promenade in Santa Monica, they have a Tesla store. And they have like 2 cars sitting in the showroom, and one of the cars is like basically just the underbody of it. And it's an awesome car, and it's fully electric. Is that what it is? No gas at all?
Yeah, fully electric, and it goes much further than like a Nissan Leaf would go, because a Nissan Leaf or one of those little things could go like 100 miles but needs a charge, but this thing could take you like 300 miles.
Yeah, close to 300 miles. And on top of that, I believe they're solar powered in addition to that. If the sun's out,
Yeah, because the electric car is great, but what if you actually have to go some real distance? You're going to break down in the middle of the desert?
Then you rent a gasser. You rent a good old-fashioned American gasser.
Yeah, I mean, this solar powered seems like the way to go.
Yeah, and
what happened to the guy who made the water power car? He got killed right away, right?
They drowned him.
They drowned him in his own invention.
You like water, do ya? Drink some water.
Yeah.
He likes water. Let him drink it.
What's the matter? You don't like gas like the rest of us, huh?
You don't feel empowered by all this water we're dunking you into?
Yeah. How about some cement shoes for you? Cement boots.
Right. I thought you liked water. Let's go waterboarding. What's the matter? What's the matter?
Hey, can your water car float on the water? Huh?
Yeah. Let's find out.
Water boy's afraid of water. Huh? I've never seen this before.
Would you believe that? The very thing he's trying to use to help humanity, now he doesn't like it no more.
That would be
it's like Mikey with the chicks. He doesn't like it anymore.
Forget about it.
The philosophical Doug.
Forget about it.
Yeah, it is interesting, the Tesla. Also, the thing about the Tesla is because it has no engine, it's only that cell underneath. The front is what you use for your luggage, and the back, where the trunk would be, you can actually make into legroom, which is quite weird. If you get in a car accident, your legs would be crushed. But it is still a cool design.
Yeah, they're nice cars. And they're making, apparently,
you could have in a sedan, you could have 6 people or 7 people sitting in there because of that extra legroom. Because they're facing back.
I don't know how much power that electric car is going to give, pull in 7 people. But they're making an affordable version, like $30,000 or something like that. Because these are expensive, correct?
Oh yeah, they're like 70 to 100, I think.
Yeah, they're very expensive for the average car leaser / buyer. And there's no prices in the Tesla store. There are no prices listed anywhere. So right off the bat, if you have to go into a store and you ask how much something is, chances are you can't afford it, which is the case with the Tesla.
Right.
Yeah. When they don't list the price tag, it's some trouble.
Yeah, it's just like,
it's going to be expensive. You don't know how much, but you know damn well it's going to be expensive.
They'd be like the people that have like the rip-off store on the boardwalk. You go in there one day, something will cost $1.50. The next day they'll say $2. Right. The next day they'll say $1.75.
Or like the pizza, the guy with the pizza slice sign.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
On the weekdays, what is it? $1.50. On the weekend, it's like $2.50 for a slice, right?
At one point, he had a 99-cent slice, and then on the weekends it was $1.99.
That's funny.
Yeah, you're right. Now, also in terms of his other company, SpaceX, what they're thinking about doing is using
SpaceX.
That's his company. They make the rockets, and the rockets that they are making they're trying to make them reusable instead of them just throwing them out into the atmosphere.
This is what's going to happen in the future.
Reusable rockets.
Rich people who
reusable rockets. That's right.
Yeah.
That's basically, when it can take off and land. It's going to basically look like, one of those cheesy rockets that you saw in those 1950s science fiction films. But recently, apparently, since it had successful test flights, NASA called with the news that they awarded his company a $1.5 billion contract. So, he's making headway in that regard.
I wonder if filmmakers such as us can go get the $1.5 billion contracts from, like a movie studio. Like, hey, Paramount, I have this idea. You want to give me a grant for $1 billion?
It would have to
They won't even give Arnold Schwarzenegger a grant at this point, bud. This is what's going to happen with the space stuff. It's very soon. There's going to be all sorts of gimmicks. It won't be just fly out to outer space. If you're a rich person, instead of doing your cryogenically freezing nonsense, it's going to be, I want to be shot out into space when I die.
I do want to be shot out into space when I die.
Well, now you'll have the option to do so.
Do you?
Rich, so, yeah, it's either that or being cryogenically frozen.
Yeah, but you want to be a piece of space junk? Because that's what it's going to be once you go into the atmosphere.
Well, maybe they could store you in sort of some airtight thing and just shoot you out there.
But you're going to be a piece of space junk floating around.
But you're going to be, protected inside of that glass enclosure.
But I'm talking about the glass enclosure itself will be a piece of space junk.
Yeah, it'll be like when you get a butterfly and it's stuck in that thing, that glass jar.
Yeah, but but since it's space, I won't decompose.
It was always so creepy to me how people hung up dead butterflies in the room.
Yeah, I think it's creepy how we bury our dead.
Right.
There's cemeteries.
You want to be cremated?
Yeah, I don't want to be buried. I see it. I don't want to have a wake. I don't want to have any of that stuff. It's so morbid.
Right, people looking down on you in the casket and shit.
Yeah, I don't want people gathering around and being sad when I'm dead, no matter what age I die.
Oh, they have a new sort of cremation. It's not wood burning, though. It's wood freezing. They completely freeze you in nitrogen oxide and then just break you into dust.
Oh, that's what I want to do, like T-1000. I want to get the T-1000.
Oh, really? You don't want to do like the other Terminator and just hold the chain and look longingly at someone until you disappear into lava or wherever he went to?
Well, he got the one form of cremation, and T-1000 got the other. So they knew. James Cameron knew 1992, and he knew there's going to be multiple forms of cremation. The good Terminator is going to get the old-fashioned, and the new one is going to get the new one.
It's funny you guys bring that up because they have this new Terminator film that they're making currently.
Yes.
Well, they're busy casting it, and apparently Arnold is supposed to be playing the Terminator once again. Now, I feel like that's ridiculous because now the guy is approaching 70. And, he's talking about, telling the media that, I have my own gym, that I take with me all over the place where I need to work.
Maybe he has a body by Jake.
It's just
the Gazelle by Tony.
Maybe he was doing P90X.
Right.
Tony Horton.
Tony Horton. Yeah. Well, the girl from Game of Thrones, Emilia Clarke, she's supposed to be playing Sarah Connor. In addition to that, if you saw
more footnotes of the Sarah Connor Chronicles here.
Yeah. Anyway, anyone's seen A Good Day to Blow Dogs? Die Hard. The guy that John McClane's son, Jai Courtney, Australian actor, he's going to be playing, I believe, Kyle Reese. Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to Shooting the Edge. If you want to find more about Go to Facebook, Brian. Email us at shootingtheish@gmail.com if you want to find out more about whatever Brian was talking about. I assume that you won't. So if that's the case, then go to youtube.com/shootingtheish or shootingtheish.com to hear our backlog. Thank you guys very much for listening. Brian, goodbye.
Chris, goodbye.
It was a pleasure.
No, seriously, thank you, though. Thanks, everyone, for listening. Check out Sarah Connor, whatever Brian was saying. And thank you, Andrea, for coming on. We lost you. We lost a good soldier.
I don't know about good soldier, but we lost a soldier.
Lost a soldier. Right. She got blown up by a landmine. We should add a landmine sound effect somewhere.
Don't say
that. A podcast landmine. She disappeared, missing in action. All right, then. Thanks, everyone, and we'll talk to you next time.
Later.
Peace.